Hello and welcome to Entrepreneur's Toolbox. My name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and today we're going to be chatting a little bit about a couple tools that I've been playing around with. One in particular that will take ChatGPT and kind of turn it into a more useful tool. And let me explain. So ChatGPT, there's a couple different things that you could use with it. Like for instance, there's the built-in plugins that are directly through ChatGPT, but then there's also a bunch of Chrome extensions that alter the layout and different functionalities of ChatGPT. So it's a really cool thing that you could add this functionality, and this Chrome extension that I'm going to be going over is completely free. So make sure that you buckle down, and we're going to go through all of that. But first, I just wanted to remind you, if you get value from these videos, make sure that you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe, ring the bell so you see notifications every time that we do this. I'm going to be going live multiple times a week. And on that note, if you go to my Discord server, which you have the address down in the little ticker at the bottom of the screen, whether you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, you can go to that URL. It will take you to my Discord server, and make sure that you have a social connector account. There's a link to it in either in the Discord server or in the description on YouTube, and you can just go and create a social connector account. Make sure it's linked with Discord, and I'll send you my your first dunk, which is my community's utility token. And as you collect different dunk and things like that, you're going to be able to add access and things like that throughout my ecosystem. And so as I add things like, for instance, I have some access to me during my office hours once a week, and you get access to that if you have 100 dunk, and you don't have to send them to me. You just have to have them, and you could either just hang out with me and earn them, or you can go and buy them. It's only a couple bucks at the current price. So that's how you can get access to me in my community. But hey, come and hang out with me, and we'll make sure you get the first one done. If you actually leave a comment on this video and go and open up a ticket in my Discord server at dunkmedia.club, make sure you have a social connector account connected. I'll make sure that I get you your first coin. Okay, back to what we're talking about. So I'm actually going to give me 1 second. I'm going to explain something, and then I'm going to give you another opportunity where you could get a little bit of dunk in a different way. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about is this tool. I'm going to share my screen, just show the Chrome extension real quick. It's this tool. It's called ARM, or I've heard they officially suggest AIPRM for ChatGPT. It is a productivity tool, and it's a Chrome extension. So if you want, there is a link to this Chrome extension in I can't speak today. There's a link to this Chrome extension in the description on YouTube. So if you're watching this on Facebook, or if you're watching this on Twitter, then you just want to go to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/@the @eToolbox, and it will take you directly to my YouTube channel, where you're going to find everything in the description over there. And make sure, hey, while you're over there, check out the other videos that I have on my channel, and let me know in the comments over there or here what other videos you'd like me to make. I'm going to put together a form where you could submit that and make it a little bit easier as well. But yeah, so now with this, okay, so this is a productivity tool. You could watch their little video of it. It's actually pretty useful tool. There's a free and a paid version, but the free version, you get a lot from the free version. So you can go through their stuff on here, look at their overview. They have a couple of videos just explaining screenshots, going over the use case. I'm going to go over this myself and show you exactly how to use it. So you go over their privacy information and then reviews. As you can see, some people love it, some people hate it. It's the nature of things. Some people are going to love things, some people are going to hate them. It's okay. So this if there's a lot of pop-ups, there's a solution. This person's complaining about pop-ups. There's pop-ups all over the internet. You know what I do? I have a pop-up blocker. I don't get any pop-ups because I block them. It hasn't. To worry about those things. Okay, so you can go look at the review. That people are complaining about things. I've read about them. Seriously, stay away from it. It's a free plugin, and it works. And I know, like, I'll show you what it does. So people can submit things. So let me round back 1 second. Okay, cool. Okay, so you can go to the related, it shows you similar things, but let's just go ahead. I have it installed already. So if you go to that link, I'm doing it on Brave. The link will launch this either in Brave, it will launch it in Chrome, because Brave is basically a modified version of Chrome. So is, what is it, Edge, the Microsoft one. It should work in that as well, because Edge is also a modified version of Chrome. And I believe it should work in Firefox as well, because I believe that Firefox takes the regular Chrome. I believe it does. Don't take. I have to double check on that, because I don't use Firefox too often, but it should work in all of those. But double check. Usually it works in all those. But I know it works in Brave and regular Chrome, and it should work in Edge, because that is also basically Chrome. All three of those are Chrome, just modified. So hey, if you like Edge, it's basically Chrome. So it's a modified version of Chrome. Surprise. Same with Brave. But I like I like the extra features you get with Brave, including those pop-up blockers and the ad blockers, which then you get some free coin and stuff like that for using it. Okay, get off my high horse. So before I go onto the page and demonstrate, I'm just going to do something real quick. So I'm going to go over to Twitter real quick. And I'm actually going to open up this video that we're streaming right now, and I'm going to do a little drop on that for with Dunk. So if you want to earn your way into getting different things within this is kind of the things that you could do. You can go engage in different things on my socials, and the one for today is actually going to be. Oh, I got a comment. I'll see if anybody. It might be just a spammer. Oh yeah, look at that. Somebody just. Oh, yeah. Let's just get rid of that. Don't do that to me. Don't leave spam on my let's see. Block. You can't leave comments on me anymore. Yeah, I appreciate the comments, but not if you're putting malicious spam in my comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this video where I'm streaming right now. So if you're watching this on Twitter, you're already there, and you're going to need to go to Social Connector, and you can go and grab that either in the description on YouTube. There's a link there, or go to my Discord at dunkmedia.club, and you can do this. And I'll tell you this: if you do this after the live stream, it's still going to work. So I'm just going to copy. I'm copying the. I should have just shared my screen here. Let me see if I can. I'm not logged in on Brave, so into Twitter, so I don't think I can. So I'm just going to grab my link for this live stream on Twitter, and I'm just going to create a quick drop. So if you decide to engage in that, so I'm just going to do. So this is eToolbox live, and what's today? It's the 2nd. So 6.2, and this is stuff that you could also do in like I use some tools and stuff called Social Connector. You could do this sort of same sort of thing if you want to go grab access to that. But that's the tool that I'm using, just so you know. It's a pretty cool tool, and it allows you to reward your community for doing this, for engaging in your content, and just basically tokenizing things. Because I really like tokenization. I think it's a cool way to reward your community, including, I want to reward you. So I just created, I'm tracking that link. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a quick drop, and let's go there, some dunk, and to do, okay. And I'm going to, so go and engage, do things like retweet, and you're going to be able to get a little bit of dunk. And until that runs out, and I'll send you that on over, and just go ahead and do things like retweet. Make sure you have a Social Connector account. Make sure you have Twitter linked to your Social Connector account, and then I'll give you a little bit of extra dunk. You could also go and take a comment in this video before my next live. Open up a support ticket in my Discord, and let me know that you left a comment, and I'll send you some dunk as well. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hit this here. Total claimable. There we go. Okay, and I'm proceeding that. So until that runs out, you can go ahead and retweet this, and you're going to go and get some free dunk, which opens up things in the community. Okay, back to it. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that I did that, so anybody that wants to do that can retweet and get a little bit of free dunk, as long as you have a social connector account attached. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next thing, which is this is what it makes your screen look like in ChatGPT. So install the plugin, the AIPRM ChatGPT prompts. So if you go here, it's going to show you. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit. It creates these tabs along the top. Now I'm going to show you. I have the free version. There is a paid version, but I haven't seen too much more than I personally would use. But I'll show you the features that they say you. So these are verified prompts. If you want access to their verified prompts, then you have to, that's part of their paid membership. Then you have public, which this is public, meaning that people have submitted these prompts to help, that you could use to, so for instance, like Midjourney prompt generator, I use Midjourney to create images. I used it to create the image for this thumbnail for this video, and I've been using it to streamline my my thumbnails and things like that. That's or any image that I need for marketing. But maybe I don't know the right exact wording to give Midjourney to get the best result. So a prompt like this, so I could say I click that, and now I have Midjourney prompt generator. Now there's a couple things that'll give you for free. So output in the language you want, the tone. Now, this is where one of their upsells for the paid one. So you have default or emotional, but then you can, I'll show you a little hack on how you could tweak this where you don't have to actually pay. And it's the reason why I don't necessarily need to pay. So, okay. So upgrade for more. If you upgrade, of course, you can get the same pop-up. You want to upgrade, and it will give you all these options. But I'll show you a little tweak. And then you can go to default, writing style poetic, of course, upgrade for more. It's a paid service. So we're going to go to prompt, like a Midjourney prompt. So let's think of something that I may want it to generate for me, or that I might go to Midjourney and generate. So let me just go with that. So if you don't know Midjourney, you do it through Discord. It's a subscription service, and it's one of my favorite ones. There's some other photo AI tools, and you use it for things like thumbnails. You could use it for your marketing materials. You could use it just for your Instagram posts. Whatever you want to do, you use it for that fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's think of something to make a photo of. I always go through, I'm all sci-fi, a Star Trek, judge me, style, spaceship, flying through an alien sky. I'm a nerdy person, so don't judge me. Giant through the sky. No, giant planets filling the sky. Starfield sky. So now, there we go. So I'm going to see what it gives me. Okay, now it's giving me a prompt. Give me a couple prompts. And I think I was actually doing this on GPT 3.5. So if I wanted to get a little better prompt. So there's a couple things that it did. It gave me the prompt, a majestic star. So we'll see what this gives me right off the bat. So I'm going to go over to, I'm going to have to let me open up Discord real quick. It might make some noise in the background because of the chirpy chirps. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me go. And just a reminder, if you are watching this on Twitter and you retweet the stream and you have a social connector account with Twitter connected, you're going to get a little bit of dunk. And if you want on YouTube, if you leave a comment, I'll make sure that you get a little bit of dunk. Just go to Discord or go to my Discord at dunkmedia.club and open up a ticket. Let me know you left a comment, and I'll get you your first or some dunk for you, either way, whether you are new or not. So there we go. So there we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to this. What I do? There we go. Okay. So I opened up Midjourney. Let me open up. Let me share my screen so you can see my screen. 1 second. There we go. You know, I realized I didn't have any music going. You must have been bored out of your mind. You should have told me that I didn't have any music going. Here, let's get that going. I turned it on. I added it, but I never added or hit play. I can't speak. So I'm going to share that. I'm going to bring up. I have to do this one 1 second. There we go. I don't know why, but this music is just relaxing to me. Okay. Fixed. I fixed it. Okay. I should have done that before. My apologies. Okay. So I'm going to go over to. Where is it? So I'm going to go to Discord. I just created a I was playing around with making different thumbnails, but I'm going to take this prompt and you're going to see how it turned out much better. So I'll do two things first. Actually, I'm going to go back to what I wrote initially. So a Star Trek styled spaceship flying through an alien sky, giant planet filled with the star filled sky. So that's what I told ChatGPT. And remember that I just used 3.5. So this is the free version. So if you're not even using the paid version, this is going to work just fine for you. So I'm going to go over to Midjourney. I have. So I'm in Midjourney now. I created a server just so I could do things like Midjourney, or there's a face swap. You could also just do Midjourney directly in their server, or you could do it in a private chat. So, but let's do this. So I'm going to start a Midjourney prompt, and we're going to see exactly. Slash. There we go. So imagine, and I'm just going to give it what I wrote and what I gave ChatGPT with the prompt. So it's going to generate, but then we're going to see what it gave us. Two other potential prompts, and we're going to see how much better or more detailed it's going to be. And remember, you could always modify those prompts or tweak them, but okay, let's see what it gives. And it's just going to do 4:3. Again, I didn't tell it any aspect ratio, and the other one actually was doing the 16:9, which I could change that. Okay. I mean, it's going to generate something pretty fun. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. So let's take a look. Okay, 78%. So now this is, it's still pretty fun. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. It looks kind of cool. So this is what it gave us. And I mean, it doesn't look bad. I gave it some pretty vague details. It got the saucery stuff because that's Star Trek-y. I mean, these are pretty cool images. Let's be perfectly honest, but it wasn't necessarily what I expected. They're similar. I think that this bottom right one is pretty darn cool. This one too. I like all these. The two on the right are my favorite. But okay, so let's go back over to our prompt over here that we had. Let me just copy it again. So now I'm going to go over here, back over here. And now there's a few things that you probably want to know, like For instance, they're on version 5.1 and it didn't switch to 5.1. So if you wanted it to use the most recent version of Midjourney, you just add a 0.1 at the end. Might as well just use the most recent version. I'd say just look that up and double check. But see, what it added at the end was the -- AR 16:9, which means that the aspect ratio is 16:9. And if you don't know what 16:9 is, that is basically the aspect ratio of modern TVs. When you see things on like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts, those are usually 9:16. So the same aspect ratio flipped on its side. So if you wanted something, let's just go through and we're to look exactly what it told us. So giant planets filling the star-filled sky. So it switched it to a majestic starship resembling a Star Trek design soaring through a vibrant alien sky, adorned with swirling hues of purples, blues, and magenta. Maybe you don't want those colors. Swap out those colors. The sky is filled with a colossal gas giant with I can't even trace it or interact rings. I can't even read. Sorry, I don't read so good. Sorry, I read in my head. Shadows on the ship's hull. The ship glides effortlessly, leaving streaks of light in its wake. This is actually a very Star Trek-y description. The stars dotting the sky, twinkling and celestial brilliance, creating a mesmerizing backdrop. Don't make fun of me if I mess up on my reading. Don't make fun of me. The ship itself boasts intricate detailing with sleek lines, glowing, preposterous propulsion. So I can't even speak right now. I'm sorry. And these are like the fancy words that I don't care to ever say. The scene is brought to life through the realistic 3D rendering, so it's going to be photorealistic-ish, using cutting-edge rendering engines that capture the interplay of light and shadows. So again, 16:9. And if you ever wanted to, you could always add in any particular camera. Say you know something about a camera and you say, hey, I want this to have for instance, if you look at my camera right now, here I'm gonna switch this so you understand real quick. If you look at my camera right now, my lag, f-stop, which if you don't, but the lower that number basically means that it's actually a higher f-stop, which means that you could blur the background like I'm doing right now. I could open it up or I could close down the f-stop or make it a lower f-stop, which is actually a higher number. And it would make it so the background is less soft. You could give that detail, and if you learn a little bit about camera settings, you could tell it, hey, I want a f-stop of 1.4, and it's going to make the background really blurry. Say it's like a person, and it's taken with if you learn a little bit about that and you learn about lenses and things that actually give a certain type, like you might get like I'm using a 16mm lens right now versus using something, maybe a third. I'm not going to get into technicals of lenses and things like that. But if you do know a little bit about it, you're going to be able to actually do that. So let me go back to Midjourney, and I'm just going to hit this. And again, the only modification I made was I added a 0.1. Just because it didn't, it was using 3.5, and they didn't know that there is a 4. One way to do that is you could let it use like the Bing search in 4, and it would know a little bit. Or you could even say, hey, use version 5.1 or what. Just make sure you look that up. Okay, I'm talking too much. Let me just hit the thing so we can see. While that's going, I'm just going to go back over to my ChatGPT that I had. So I'm just going to go back over here while that is designing. I'm going to go and just grab the next prompt. And again, I'm just going to copy it as is. And then I am going to go back over. Let's see, back over to ChatGPT. And I'm just going to go ahead and just paste so you could see some alternatives. So this is waiting, it's still going. So I'm just going to do start another prompt so we could see a couple alternative options. And again, I'm just going to add the 0.1 because that is the most recent version. Yeah, let's go and get those to process at the same time. So we get a couple different ideas. Maybe I'll grab the third one as well, just so we could see. The third one, where are you? Third one, there we go. It gave me 4 total. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that as well. Go back over here. Let me try one more. So it's doing that first one. And this is one of the methods that I've actually been using for my thumbnails. Not just that I've been putting a random thing, but I prompt a thumbnail size description, and I've been using. You could use that. You could use photorealistic is another great one to use. That's a plugin that's directly built into ChatGPT. It's one of the ones that if you go to ChatGPT, you sign up for their Plus, you have access to it. So let's start another one and just try that out. So it's starting the first one, and we'll be able to see the first one, the first output that it gave us for our first test. And I'll just grab all. Let's do it for all 3 because why not? They're going to look good. They'll be fun images if nothing else. Hey, and just a reminder, if you're getting value out of this, make sure you crush that like button and make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you go to our Discord server and hang out with us. There's a whole community of other entrepreneurs in there making money with video, AI, and just making money online. That's what we're all about, learning different ways to make money and find the tools to make money online. That's one reason I like looking at these things, because I love looking at all these different tools and ways to actually creatively monetize them. So let me just drop in this last one real quick and drop that. And oh yeah, and just if you're watching this on Twitter, I'm gonna leave it open until the end, but just until it runs out. But I put a drop on there, and if you have a social connector account with Twitter connected and you retweet my tweet with this video on it, you probably get a little bit of dunk sent to you. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube or watching anywhere else, go to YouTube, leave a comment on this video before my next live, go to my Discord and let me know in a support ticket, and I will send you a little bit of dunk, which unlocks different things within our community, including like my office hours for one. If you have 100 dunk, you come and hang out with us, and you know, go down that. So let me see. Okay, we got our first one here. I'm going to open that up so we can take a look at what it gave us. So I want to just compare this. This is my really vague prompt. I mean, the pictures look cool. They look cool, but it's not what I wanted. And of course, the more detail I gave the prompt, the more detailed the next version is going to be, or both of them. But look what I got here. I see this. I see way more Star Trek. I see this. This is kind of like, these are very Star Trek-y ships, especially the top left, and then you have our image. I mean, like, I could fine tune it. I could prompt it. Maybe it's not quite right, but it gave us 4. Here's our next one. I mean, these aren't quite as Star Trek-y, but this is exactly what I saw in my head, in all honesty. That, but a little bit more of a Star Trek-y type ship. But this gave me I didn't say it was a Star Trek ship. I said it was a Star Trek style ship. So this is exactly what this image in the top left corner is what I saw in my head when I was typing that in, what I wanted to see. So right out of the gate, yes, the first prompt didn't really give me exactly what I saw in my head. Maybe you could find something that you didn't even think about, but it definitely is not this version, which third one done. And again, 16:9. If you wanted it to be square, you could just leave it blank. But if you wanted any particular aspect ratio, you put that simple note in there and put the aspect ratio, as well as I would always just look up what the most recent version of Midjourney is and make sure that you always have a note to always be running on the most recent version, whatever that is. So it's 5.1 right now. Make sure that you go and, like, hey, when 2.2 comes out, make sure you're putting 0.2 or 6 or whatever it is. Okay, so, and then look, we have our next one. I mean, this one actually, the bottom left, that turned out pretty close to an idea of what the stars in the background. I told it I wanted planets in the background. It's a planet Star Trek style ship. The bottom left really did like exactly what I was looking for. So out of all of these, I mean, in all honesty, this top left one is my favorite. But I did that bit with a simple prompt of a Star Trek style spaceship flying through an alien sky, giant planets filling the star-filled sky. I mean, that's it. And it gave me these 4 prompts, generated far superior versions of this. And I mean, if I was creating art, if I was creating a thumbnail, I can give it a description of what kind of thumbnail that I want. Like things that I want. And then if you go and scroll here, I've been playing around with if there's characters in here, there's this other tool, which it's called Insight Face Swap, and I've been playing around with swapping my face onto some of them don't work as well, but hey, this bottom left one, that looks like me. This bottom left and top right, that looks like my face on that AI generated body, which is pretty darn cool. But yeah, so all right, there we go. Okay. And just a reminder, hey, if you're watching this on Twitter and you have a social connector account, if you hit retweet, I'll give you a little bit of dunk. It will unlock things within my Discord. And also, I'll be adding a couple other really cool things with Dunk moving forward. But yeah, and also if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment on YouTube and open up a support ticket in Discord, and I will send you a little bit of Dunk. Just let me know that you left a comment. Cool. I'm going to go back over to this. So we showed the example. Go back. There we go. Okay. So let's start a new prompt. I'm just going to have to hit. Let's make sure I don't. Here, let me just start it over. I did it again. I hit the refresh button on the wrong tab. Sorry about that. Now I got to add all the fun stuff back. 1 second. The most important one I'll add is the Chrome extension. Here we go. There we go. Sorry about that. If you hit refresh when you have your, I'm using, what do you call it? Let me make sure that I'm actually still streaming. But I use what's called Melon app, but it's Streamlabs. I use Streamlabs to stream either from their streaming platform. But let me just add this real quick. I know you don't want to just hear me talk. There you go. A little more bearable for you now. Okay, so let me just go back over to this. So let me refresh the right page. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now we're back on here. And again, we have all the, so I showed you mid-journey prompt generation. There is a lot more to this tool. And I'm going to be going, I think I need to do a couple more lives and things like that. And videos just going through these because it's too much for one live. So if you, again, we were talking about public and then ones that you own. It's basically ones that you create. You create your own prompts. Let me see if it shows you. Okay, yeah. So you create a prompt template. It gives you kind of a idea, teaser. This is the things, prompt hint, and then title, a category. They have these different categories. And then, so it's really a genius structure because they're getting a bunch of other people to create prompts for them. And then people pay them in order to, use the prompts. It's pretty smart. One thing that they do have is that share prompt template publicly. And when you do that, you can leave your name and a URL. And what it does is it kind of creates a advertising slug at the end. There's a little, I'll show you a little loophole that you could use to get rid of that if you're using somebody's and they keep on trying to like plug their stuff into your content, which is, yeah, I mean, don't do that. I mean, it's fine to have like, hey, this was generated by this, but don't make it a thing. But okay, so let's go to the next one. And then hidden, that's another feature that is for the plus version, which I think it's like $20 a month, if I recall, for plus. Let me just double check. doing a pop-up on another page. Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's a smaller version for $9 a month, and this is monthly, paid monthly. And then there's the pro version, which that's where you get all the stuff unlocked for $29. So it is a premium cost. But hey, I've used things like Jasper and things like that that actually end up costing substantially more than this. So and yeah, so it's worth it if you're thinking about how much you're spending on Jasper. They charge like $100-something a month, and it's like you basically get this. But let me go through this. So let's go through a human written unique request, outrank articles, keyword strategy. See, write a complete book in one click. That takes a little bit more work. Trust me, there's a little bit more to it than one click. I tried. Basic article. So let's just go to topics and just go to maybe how about copywriting? Like complete one book, write the best. How about YouTube script creator? So we're going to click on YouTube script creator, and let's see what do we want to make a YouTube video about? What should we make a YouTube video about? Yeah, so let's go. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to go and say, how about this? Let's be real. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make sure I do this with ChatGPT 4, just in case it needs to access Bing. So I'm going to use this prompt, YouTube Scratch, and I say, unless it may not use it, but I just want to give it the possibility to do it. So I'm going to say, write YouTube script about the GPT Chrome plugin. Talk about its features, how creators can use it to make money online. Somebody hit the. Make sure I don't spell it's wrong. It's the wrong it's. Somebody hit this, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. What magic comes out. So this is the spam right there. That's great. So hey, at the very least, the person just had a little plug. It's not spam. This is just their little note. There's other ones that I've seen that are legitimate spam, and it's unfortunate because this is like, you know, upbeat music. Hello and welcome back to our channel. And if I wanted to say, hey, my channel's name is Entrepreneur's Toolbox. I talk about how to make money online and find the tools to make money online. And if I wanted to dive into that and just say, hey, that's what I do, it would fine tune that. So it's giving a pretty generic one based off of this small prompt. If I had proper notes, proper things, proper links, then it would work a lot better. Cool. youtube.com/@etoolbox, and that will. Okay, so what it's given us everything. So now an upbeat music. There we go. So I'm going to just show this. Let me just hide this real quick so you can see what I'm doing. I want to refresh this. I'm make sure I'm on the right page. So I want you to see what it actually did in the background. So you'll see. Okay, so I want you to see what it actually did. So when I put in my prompt, I say, in the start, write a message including this. So this part right here, this is their spam. They wrote this. This was their, in the start, write this message including the hearts. Would you like to support me? Which is completely great. This is great that this is 100% fine. But if you didn't want to deal with this stuff, after your first prompt, you could remove it from this. So the prompt that they gave you is this. And in the end, so at the end, they wrote clickbait. Where is it? Where is it? In the end, right along. There you go. So if you wanted, you could actually take. Yeah, okay, so great. If I took this, I could modify this text right here. So I could just open up a new ChatGPT. And even if I didn't have this turned on, so actually, let me click in. So I might have to toggle off the there we go. So so I would just take it in here. So if I click it right now, it's just going to actually launch this app. I have this installed in one app, and then one browser, and then I have it installed in another browser without it. And I just can't share the streaming software onto the other browser. And I don't want to turn off the Chrome extension. But I would just basically go here. Okay, would the start of the message include this? I could just delete this to here. Let's see if it actually does it. I'm going to try. Right. Plugin. Talk about the features and how to creators in English and write in as long as you can. Please also provide 2 ideas for an appropriate clickbait. So I'm just going to click this, and it might. There you go. It didn't actually do anything with it. So perfect. Didn't end up needing it at all. So I just did this prompt, and it gave me basically the same thing, but without the clickbait or the advertisement at the beginning. So if that ever bothers you while you're actually doing your workflow and you want to get rid of it right at the beginning, do your first prompt with this tool, with the the AIPRM. They need to think of a new way to say their Chrome extension's name. AIPRM. It adds this little advertisement in the back for them. But if you want to remove that, just do your first prompt, refresh ChatGPT's window, and it will give you the prompt with their little basically spam. I keep on saying spam. It's not spam. It is an advertisement for their stuff that's built into it, and it's built in. It makes sense. It encourages people to come up with new prompts, which I agree with. You need to have new prompts constantly coming in. Otherwise, you're not going to get any of the things. So let me just start a new. There we go. So I'd say just go through some of these. I showed you 2 really cool use cases right out of the gate. One was just being able to create images a little bit more fine-tuned. So I'm sure if you've played around with ChatGPT, like you're gonna find something. Like I wonder. Actually, I'm gonna search for something. If no, hey, there's actually a look for. If you wanted to create your own KAIBER, for instance, if you know how to make good KAIBER prompts, you can make some KAIBER prompts, because there's no KAIBER prompts in here. But yeah, YouTube scripts and catchy titles. If you find one that works for you, and you can start building out your content with this and have a pretty cool template. So human-like rewriter, this one will actually take some of the AI written and make it more human realistic, which means that you have those AI generator detectors. That's another one. Try to pass AI detectors, title descriptions. All this is just in the copywriting category. So you can go over here, the DevOps, generative AI, marketing, operating systems, productivity, SaaS. Like I've been diving into a lot more SaaS stuff, refund policies, annual versus monthly, all these things that are helpful to me as somebody that's been dabbling with creating SaaS products. And it's been fun, by the way. If you actually want to grab the one that I created, the first one I created, it's a simple link management tool, which it's just the first version, and I'm going to expand on it, but it's just a simple link management tool. And hey, if you want to manage your affiliate links and have a Chrome extension that just pops up really easily and hit copy on your link and then you share it, then maybe it's the tool that you want. So just throwing it out there as a a harmless plug for my free plugin that you can grab in the description of this video on YouTube. Yeah, so just play around with these, see which ones are right. I mean, I can go through this for hours, and I feel like I need to do a video on every single category. But I'm going to go through them quickly right now, and then I'll dive into it. Like SEO, human written, that's whatever category they fall into. Software application. There we go. I think this is going pretty darn well. Okay. Software engineering. Some of these things are beyond me personally. Code generator, web, Python Pro. All these things are helpful for people that are actually creating their content. And as somebody that's not a coder, as somebody that is not somebody that actually knows programming, something like ChatGPT programming assistance or ChatGPT teach programming, it's invaluable to me. Like I wouldn't have been able to do that, and having these finer tuned prompts is really helpful. Just go through these different ones, see if there's something that you already like. If there's something you want to add it. Maybe you could like you saw what they did was create a prompt and add in their advertisement for their PayPal.me, which is completely fine. Now, something like, for instance, that I could do, I would create a prompt and it could lead, hey, come join my Discord server. Hey, I create a prompt. Hey, here's my lead magnet. I wouldn't say lead magnet. Here's a free resource. And, it could be me generating useful prompts. And this is something I'm probably going to be looking into, generating useful prompts that people could use. And then I have a link that sends them to whatever is actually helpful that I've created. It could be my email list, it could be my Discord server, it could be hey, it could be just a donate button. Hey, you enjoyed this prompt, donate because you appreciate it. But yeah, just go take a look at those things. So all right, let me just see if there's any other ones I want to go over. Again, there's a link to this in the description, and if you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment on this video. Go to my Discord server at dunkmedia.club because if you go there, open up a ticket, and just make sure you have a social connector account. You only need to do that once. And as long as your Discord is linked, leave me a ticket, and I'll make sure that I get you some Dunk, which unlocks cool things in our Discord server. And as well as I'm going to be unlocking some video on demand stuff. It's going to be pretty cool. So make sure that you have some Dunk. If you don't have some, go earn some by just leaving a comment below and letting me know that you did it. And you could also go to Twitter, as long as you have Twitter linked to Social Connector, and go to this video on Twitter and just do a quick retweet, and I will send you a little bit of Dunk as well. Yeah, it's a lot of fun stuff. Okay. So you have your favorites, you have the public, and you could create your own. This is like Visual Studio Code. Having trouble with I Can Help, like tutors. This is great. I love it. Everything I love. This is one of my favorite especially free tools. All this stuff is free that I'm showing you right now. You 100% could add more functionality to it. But think about it this way. So let me just go back to the modified prompt that I did. So this is the modified prompt. So remember we were talking about how it will create it in a different tone, or you could say, now that we have this full original prompt, we can go here and say, write this in a, what tone do I want? In a romantic tone. And I should spell romantic right. Let's see our video about this app in a romantic tone. Creator leaning back in his chair, satisfied and fulfilled. Narrator calmly, so my fellow creators, it's time to ignite the flare of passion within your content. Embrace the ChatGPT Chrome plugin, AIPRM, and let your voice resonate with the world. Unleash the power of love, creativity, and power like never before. If you like this prompt, please like it on the prompt search page. So I can't even do it. But you see, that was very much a romantic tone. And now if I just like let's swap out the word. I said romantic. How about frustrated? So I take the same exact thing. I've changed one word, and now you see the paid version. All it would do is it would add a little tiny bit of a prompt to the prompt that it's generated. So I found a loophole from you actually have. Granted, there's features like you have to. You get certain things that you're going to get, but if you're trying to go like, man, I really wish that I can get this to be in a very serious or a stoic tone, this is it. That's all you have to do. You have to go and you create the prompt, you refresh it, and it will show you this. Copy it to a new prompt, and just start your way. That's it. You just need to have it give you the prompt, and it just hides it on the first one. So now this is in a frustrated. Hey there, fellow content creators. Are you tired of spending hours crafting engaging content for your audience? Do you find yourself frustrated with writer's block and struggling to come up with fresh ideas? Well, fret no more, because I have the perfect solution for you. Introducing ChatGPT plugin AIPRM, the ultimate tool for revolutionizing your content. So it's frustrated. All right, folks, let's talk about it. So it's a more frustrated tone, and you can just change it. And I'm just showing the tone, but hey, I could go deeper into it, add a little bit more content that I want. It gave me exactly what I wanted. And I just had to do that. I didn't do the paid version. So that's a little hack for you. You could have that one for free. But yeah, awesome. So again, if you get value from these videos, make sure that you smash those smash that thumbs up on whichever platform you're on. Thumbs up or the like button. Give me the heart on Facebook. I love the heart or the care. Those are my favorite ones on Facebook. The heart or the care. And just let me know how you're if you're getting value from this. If you do have any requests for things that you want me to go live on, the best way to do that is to jump into my Discord server at dunkmedia.club. Just let me know. Jump into our general chat and let me know. Once you have a little bit of Dunk in your connected account, a social connector account, then you're going to be able to unlock a whole bunch of other things in there, including other ways that you can get access to me. So if you have questions, things like that, then make sure that you jump in there and go into there, go into the Discord and ask questions in there. And then if you have a question there, and I'd be more likely to be able to jump in here and serve yourself as well as many people by doing a live where I could help everybody on all the different platforms versus just answering the question once. I like being able to one to many is a better way, because if you have a question if you have a question, I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of other people that have the same question. And I want to make sure that their answers our questions are answered. And one thing that I am working on I'm putting together a membership. And one thing that it's going to have in that membership is it's going to have access to not only a searchable library of every single YouTube video, including all of my lives like this and everything we talked about today, but it's also going to include access to a chatbot. We're talking about things like ChatGPT, and it's going to have a chatbot where everything that I have talked about on YouTube, anything that I may have talked about in my office hours, which I have an audio recording of that, you could go back and you can listen to those things or watch those videos, and they're searchable through the membership. But one thing that we're going to be adding is a chat bot. So if you just ask a question, say, hey, what's a tool that I could use to, make ChatGPT more powerful? And I would say, hey, right now I'm saying you could use this Chrome extension, AIPRM, to make ChatGPT more powerful. And it's going to pick up on that I said, hey, what I just said, and it's going to say, oh, in this video, he talks about this. It's going to look at all the transcript, and it's going to give you a very clear answer that's not necessarily going to have to be word for word what I said in the video, but it's going to give you the content. So, and then, hey, if it gives you the answer, it's going to reference this video, and it's going to actually be able to tell you, go watch this live. He talks about this, or go watch this in that area. So yeah, I'd say go check that out. Once I launch it, it's going to be coming out relatively soon. I'm just getting some fine tuning going on, and I'm just getting some stuff set up, and I'll be letting you know about that. I'll be making some announcements in my Discord server at dunkmedia.club, as well as, I'll talk about it here on these lives, as well as on Twitter and some on Facebook. So again, thank you for hanging out with me today. Make sure that you smash that like button, watch one of the videos that may come up at the end right here, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace. Keep creating.